Daily Tech News. It has been discovered that TikTok's built-in browser tracks everything you do, like what you type, what you click on, what passwords you enter, just everything, which seems to be the norm these days, as Facebook and Instagram were discovered to do the exact same thing. So unfortunately, this really seems to be becoming the norm. I mean, everybody could have speculated that TikTok does something like this, and the meta apps like Instagram and Facebook. It's just funny that it's all sort of coming out as confirmed, all at the same time. I mean, just last week, I was covering a story about how somebody discovered that Instagram and Facebook inject some JavaScript code into the built-in browser that can then just track everything you look at, you click on, that you type. It could be something as simple as putting in a new username, and it could be something not so great, like knowing exactly what password you type in, knowing exactly what credit card information you enter, all of these sort of bad things. And unfortunately, this is becoming the norm at this point. Ubisoft is planning to launch their currently PC-only games subscription plan on Xbox in the near future, so get ready to pay for games each month instead of, actually owning them. So yeah, I mean, this is nothing new. This is the direction that the whole industry is going. So apparently this is gonna be $15 per month, and it's gonna include, I believe, over 100 games. I'm personally not a big fan of subscription plans because you basically get locked into paying for something. Plus, I mean, I really don't care about having access to 100 games. Normally, I just have like a few main games that I play, and I'm just not interested in trying out any other new games and such. So this doesn't really affect me, but, hopefully, I mean, it's a pretty cool feature. When I was young and I was playing all kinds of games, this would have been super fun. You could just try a new game every single day. But yeah, this is where everything is heading, fortunately or unfortunately. So, yeah. Meta's Blenderbot chatbot is apparently just really bad and also spitting out absurd racist statements and saying that people like Genghis Khan should have won the Nobel Peace Prize. So I covered this when it came out, when Meta released their new AI chatbot that was apparently super great and, able to search the internet for answers and, form opinions and have like actual memory of, interacting with people and stuff like that. And, many were skeptical. Microsoft released a bot that was kind of similar, I guess, back in 2016, I believe. And it only took like a few short hours for the bot to just become completely racist and awful, just from interacting with humans. So apparently this chatbot sort of became the same thing. And this is a pretty bizarre statement here. So apparently one of the interactions with Blenderbot was that it said that Pol Pot and Genghis Khan should have won the Nobel Peace Prizes. So if you do not know these dictators throughout history, so Pol Pot, he was I believe he was the prime minister of Cambodia. About like 2 million people either like starved or were executed or were worked to death or got diseases and stuff. Basically, they passed away in his like few years of power, I guess. And then Genghis Khan, of course, everybody knows him, I guess. So he was the great ruler of the Mongol Empire that was the biggest empire in history. And during his time, he killed about 10% of the entire human population. So just a ton of people and, just taking territory by force. And, Blenderbot apparently thinks that, these guys would deserve the Nobel Peace Prizes, so I don't know. So should like Hitler be on this list as well? I mean, Jesus Christ, And the GTA developer claims Rockstar is striking down old videos of Grand Theft Auto games when they were in development. So basically, I believe this specific case is for the initial GTA game. And some of these basically old developers that used to work on these games, because there's been so many Grand Theft Auto games at this point, they were releasing sort of some behind-the-scenes footage and prototype videos of like the first like versions of the games, before they were actually finished and stuff. And these these games are decades old at this point. But apparently Rockstar is going around striking them down. I don't really have any thoughts on this. You know, one part of it is it's definitely really cool to see this old prototype footage and stuff like that. But on, you know, the second hand is, you know, this is Rockstar's property. This is their IP. They might not want to show how their development process was being done, is being done, you know, all of that stuff. It's, you know, it's sort of the same thing as like back when I think an Apple engineer was fired because somebody made like an unboxing video in his office, and you're just not supposed to record stuff at Apple HQ, I guess. So it's just one of those things, and kind of interesting, I guess. Thank you for tuning into the Daily Tech News, and be sure to subscribe, because or else you might be forced to interact with Blenderbot for the rest of your life. So, you know, we don't want that to happen, right? So you're just gonna have to, you know, sorry.